The chaos reign.
Chaos Rain Show presents Women Are the Perfect, but Men Are the Problem? With special guest Sankofa. Sit back and enjoy.
The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at TalkRealSolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of TalkRealSolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not TalkRealSolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
In the world where there's crime, corruption, violence, murder, rape, theft, and all forms of atrocities that plague the world in which we live today, what you're witnessing, we're living in a state of chaos and taking more greater or extremer chaos to restore an order in which the world we live in today. What's good, everybody? What's good? Hey, this is Chaos Rain here. Today, on this unique, full night, we're going to deal with some things, more relationships, more love, more, possibly gender, back and forths. But, like always, make sure you subscribe to the Chaos Rain Show. We're only a few subscribers away to 1K. With your help and with your dedication, please hit the red button and hit the top notification bell for the uploads and live streams here on the Chaos Rain Show. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. And add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And don't forget to join the Discord service of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Oh, and please follow me and join me on Rumble. I'm going to put the link to Rumble for those that want to join. Please just follow me on Rumble. There'll be a lot more content. The reason why there's not much content now because, as you know, I'm buying my time a little bit, just a little bit. And my Rumble link is CRain23. So if you be so kind and start following me on Rumble, I will surely love and appreciate it. Most likely. All right, so let me post it there now. All right. So no further ado, let's get on to the matter at hand. Today's subject is titled, Chaos Rain presents the old-fashioned, going back to old school. Women are perfect, but men are the problem, with question marks. And today I have my good friend, special guest, come back aboard, the one they call Sankofa Johnson. So as I open your line, Sankofa, you there?
Peace. Peace and blessings to the T.R.S family. Peace and blessings to everybody out there in Radio Land, YouTube, wherever you're listening to us from. How y'all doing tonight? What's up, Chaos?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good on my end. Everything's good. So,
all right.
Let's go into the meat of things, or into the deep depths of this. So, what is said that women are perfect, but men are the problem? Really? And really, what gave you the idea of this notion of this big question that's presented to us, Sankofa?
Well, it kind of like sprung off the ether when it comes to last week's what happened with on the Ayanna Van Zandt show, Ebony
Mm-hmm.
King, Ebony Williams, and stuff like that. So, and it made me like really just like look at my life and then look at how things are being presented on social media, TV, whatever, And it's like it's like society has really graded women as if they cannot do no wrong, like they're perfect little innocent creatures, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know what I'm saying, I started looking at these crime shows and, like Daily Devotion, Snap, and all that stuff. I'm like, these motherfuckers are the most violent motherfuckers. They way more violent than us because nobody expects anything from women. They expect violence from us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why society thinks women are perfect, especially because there's no really expectations when it comes to women in relationships. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have standards when it comes to women in relationships. We should not have standards when it comes to how women treat people in society. You know what I'm saying? Men are always looked at as the violent ones, the most, aggressive ones, and the ones that's causing all this chaos. Because, like I said, women can turn on the waterworks. They're perfect little creatures, you know what I'm saying? So that's how society is looking. That's how we all looked at it. Because even before I became red pill, I used to think the same thing. I used to get mad at Thomas Sotomayor and all these other red pill guys for talking about women. And I can clearly see the bad behavior. The bad behavior go unnoticed and go unchecked. So that's why I brought that topic up.
Okay. Make sure you guys, as you come by and you listen in, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also like this video, share this video, and etc. 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 Let's doing some thinking here. One thing, in regards to perfection, is it really the fault of men that give the delusion of a lot of women that they are perfect beings and they cannot do no wrong?
Oh, of course. I have to put the blame on us. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, in modern society, well, back in the day, because I'm gonna put it like this: women, you know what I'm saying, are considered the weaker vessel. If you're religious or whatever, they even put women as the fall. Even when you look at the Bible, Eve basically got a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? Originally give her labor pains and childbirth, but Adam had to work to till and he had to work hard. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. You know what I'm saying? So all she did was just get ouchies. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? From labor pains. And that's no shame. I mean, women are the life givers. You know what I'm saying? Women give us the highest honor by giving us babies at the same time. That's all she gets. She said, your pain, this God in the sky said your labors will be few or hard or whatever. And Adam, you got to go work in the field and till the garden and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at the 1950s, like when the Titanic went down, it was women and children first. Men have always put women and children first, which I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that because we are supposed to provide and protect for our women and children. But now women want this. Now women want equality. They still want to look as innocent people. Like they still want to be. Okay, this is my thing. Women want the power and authority of a man, the accountability of a 5-year-old, and still have the privilege of being a woman. That's the type of women. That's what we're seeing now. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, women did not have to work as hard. They was in their femininity. You know what I'm saying? They was viewed as perfect. And even throughout the ages, throughout the millennia, throughout the decades and centuries or whatever, women have still been viewed as these innocent creatures, but nobody looked at the dark side of what they are capable of. You know what I'm saying? Because women are manipulative, can be manipulative, they're the easiest manipulators. They can basically set a man up. I've seen many set up when women were like, yeah, come, let's go do it at the park, and next thing you know, 2 dudes ready to rob them. You know what I'm saying? Pink Book Lessons, shout out to Pink Book Lessons for showing these type of women. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people be careful on these dating apps. These women can set you up, you know what I'm saying, to be killed, robbed, whatever, because they know what men want. That's why it's easy for women to manipulate men. You know what I'm saying? Because they know we want sex. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men think what they little head instead of they big head, you know. So yeah, you know, they can't be perfect. They can't be deemed as perfect because they told us, even if your sister hits you, you can't hit her back. Protect your sister. Remember when we were little? Yeah, protect your sister. Don't hit her. You know what I'm saying? She hit you, you're supposed to take it. You know what I'm saying? And see, now that men are speaking out about it, now we're misogynistic because we have a voice and we're basically, look, I used to be, like I said, I used to be a simp. I used to coddle the women. I'm not doing it no more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna trigger the algorithm, you know what I'm saying, of this modern society, you know. But yeah, I'm going to mute.
Okay. I think personally, women are not really that angels or precious. They're just like people. I think the society kind of gives them too much credit and it's overdue. I think because it does bring a sense of entitlement and ego, and a sense of danger when you think that way in a society that's very uncertain to a lot of us. Um, I think one of the things women are known for that's very special is personally, if they're more, you know, I guess more passionate, more selfless in some way if they can. And not saying this to be selfish all the time, but like, some that shows some type of, I guess, uh, softness, you know, to know, in a world where there's pure wolves, someone has there to be give a sense that there's some cushion, not a lot, but just enough. Because as you know, men always are always in constant war battle, not only amongst themselves but the environments, the elements, and always they had to find somewhere to recharge. And I think the modern women today don't really give that leeway enough, or they don't give none at all, And there's some reasons why they say they'll do so. They said they said we give men too much that they're gonna take advantage. Hell, some will even not respect women. And this is some new stuff to me, bro. That if that's the case, why is it that some dudes that if let's say in a relationship and they do cheat out or whatever, if you look at what is this other woman presenting that you do not present, you don't see women don't like to ask these questions, and they should. And men should be at the point mentally, spiritually, and be honest, tell the women the honest truth. Not in shame, but just so they can learn. Because let's be honest, women function very well in the institutions of school, which are more curious to them, so they dare to learn, right? So there should be no exceptions to the rule. If anything they do wrong, they always want to know why. So, I yield the floor.
Yeah, man, because that's where, society has told women to focus on, because women have been coddled, been not coddled, but been told that they don't need us anymore because they're making more money now, and then now they fought for equality. So they're going to focus on getting there. Did you say something about education, right? Because I kind of went in and out. It was like, I just want to make sure I'm on topic of what you just said, or I'm responding the right way.
You can say that.
Huh?
You can say that.
You did? Or...
Go ahead. Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, so yeah, so women have been told that, see, this is the thing, and I think a lot of our modern women try to equate their life to what women went through back in the day with their grandfathers and great grandfathers and stuff. It's like you're trying to fit your life. It would happen. Like that's just like black people trying to say, well, we went through slavery. No, I wasn't a slave. And just like, when they look at their grandmamas, or they tell their grandmamas give them these horror stories about what their grandfather or great grandfather did. You know what I'm saying? Now black women think that they are a part of that what I'm trying to say, part of that generation. They try to fit themselves in there because women, period, have been bred to be fearful of us. You know what I'm saying? We're the we're the bad guys and stuff like that, or rape and all this other stuff. But that's why they have been told to get your education, get you a degree, and you don't need a man. That's going to help you. A piece of paper and a useless degree is going to basically get your independence from a man. But women don't realize you still need a man. You know what I'm saying? When you call the police, you call me, more likely a man going to show up to try to deal with another man. You know what I'm saying? And with the cars, I don't think women can survive 3 days without anything made from a man. No phone, no house, no cars, nothing. They will not survive in the wild. You know what I'm saying? And if all men just gave up and say, fuck it, y'all got this, we can go to another country. Well, if every man in the United States, America did that, how would they survive without us? Since they so fearful of us, since they don't need us, then just everything that was made by a man, throw it away. Give your car back. Get out your house. Go live in the woods somewhere. You know? Then I bet if that was to happen, then they would realize, oh, we need men. But they did during the COVID-19, though. My ex tried to come back when that COVID-19 happened. Oh, yeah, she tried to come back. So I slammed the door in her face. Nope.
Damn.
But yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
You cold, my nigga. You cold.
Yeah, I said, yeah, deal with that on your own. You left.
I see somebody raise their hand. I'm going to open the line. The lines to call in, or the call lines for tonight's show, is 717-908-1834, access code 917-324-POUND. Today's subject is, Chaos Reign presents it. Women are perfect, but men are the problem. All right, first line, I open line. Who's this?
What's going on, Gary? JNYC. All right, man. Thanks for keeping the lights on and having the show. Yeah, okay. Man. I guess you cooking this up early in the. I say early in the morning. You cooking this up early in the show, which is good. So things are starting to bubble. So 2 things, right? And respect to the brothers on. All right. So the very beginning, I heard something about the women becoming like masculine, right? Or taking on jobs and all this other stuff. I think women. When you let me go backwards. You said that women need men. Well, they don't really need men only to reproduce. Let's be for real. Like, I mean, now to pick up some heavy, shit that we can pick up, then it might take 2 or 3 women. You know what I'm saying? The only thing women really need us for, honestly, and what we need women for is to produce and some emotional connection, right? So the woman likes, wants to have an emotional connection as a human being. You dealing with the other. That is same thing for men. Sometimes men don't even need. I mean, there's men and women in this earth right now that don't give a fuck about a man or woman, and they just live their life. They don't really need nobody. Now, again, when you said about in the jungle, and all men left, the only thing that would happen is that the women would survive, but they won't continue generations after that. If you don't reproduce children. So they will last all the way till they die off. Same thing for us. We will be in a situation. So if you really want to break it down, we need each other. Women is just as important as men. So in the very beginning, I'll say it on the subject title, women are not perfect. Let's be clear. Women are not perfect. Men are not perfect. You have women that are better than others in certain things, whether it be behaviors or character, whatever. There's some that are better than others, yes, in whether education, different things, personality, and same thing for men. But we cannot sit here and say that a man or we don't need each other in a sense of like a full circle 360, and we're talking about emotional situations. We're talking about reproducing. Those type of things, I think, are element as a human being where we do need each other. But there's people in this world that don't care about that, and they can go on their lives living without a man and a man without a woman. I know it sounds crazy, but it does. And then some people that they don't even they not even asexual, but they don't have sex, and sex is not even a factor in their life. There's people on this earth that don't care about sex. It doesn't sway left or right to them. And then you have people that are in need, and most people, let's say, most of us, right, and you want to interact. But then those relationships break down differently. There's some men who'll be like, yo, I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman. I just want to have sex with her. And yes, you're in a relationship, but a different type of relationship. You would say committed, living together more, doing, activities and like a couple. There's different dynamics of this. So I think that was the thing going backwards, and then I forgot what was it in the beginning that you had said. But in general, I think again is that in order for man and woman to continue, you definitely need a man and a woman to get together and to to have sexual encounters and have babies and things like that, and also for mental stability, I think is good when you in a relationship or dealing with the other and vice versa, because it's part of human nature. When you got brothers that's in prison, and they have been away from women, and this has nothing to do. Ain't nobody gonna be turned homosexual if they haven't been around a woman. That's a choice that a person makes. But at the same time, when it's not good for a man to be away from having, especially a lot of young brothers that get caught up in the system, and then like they're going through their hormones and shit like that, and puberty to a certain extent, even when they're like 18 and stuff like that. So it's very important to men and women are important, and reproduction is important as well, but it's not for everybody. And we can't put everybody in a box. Now, this is where it came back, because I almost lost my thought, and I came back. So you were saying about the women, how they're aggressive and all that, and robbing dudes. All that comes from the man. Let's break this down. You said something that you said, well, they setting up a guy, and then they bring him to another guy. That means that it was a guy involved in that. Where did they come up with that idea? Why they involving a man in it? So here they are, going to set up a guy, right? And then they're going to bring him to a man. So there's a man involved in that. Another thing is that where did they get that idea of even trying to set up a guy? It's probably, if it was from other women, then if you go down the line and you start looking and you say, wait a minute, hold up. Oh, it's some things that happened to her from a man. That's why she feels that way. So a lot of this shit that women are doing is because of the man. Let's not get that shit twisted. And you did say something, and you made it a point that a lot of it has to do with it. But we got to take more responsibility. The masculine acts that women do, and I'm not talking about doing construction and manly jobs, if you want to say, because women. There's women that they look at something, they want to do that, and it's a challenge, and they like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about acts that are randomly put out there from men. So this aggressive shit, even like right now, you got women rapping more than ever right now, right? Why they started rapping? Because they seen a guy rap, right? But then why they rapping about what they're rapping about now, about how expensive, you got to spend money on this. Well, guess what? Who put the standard? It goes back to the show that you did last week. We set a standard or put it out there, and now the shit is biting us in our ass. So we put this imagery, and we say, you got to have the nice stuff, you got to have this, you got to have that, and then women buy into it, right? Then we talk about the next man that doesn't have none. We do that all the time, even when you pour. We always bringing down somebody, you know what, you got them dirty socks, or them sneakers is dirty, or, we always putting each other down, and some of that has to do with that. But again, I would say that the bulk of these attitudes and the shit that's coming from women is awful. Is awful. So we have to look at how these other men, maybe not you as an individual, you probably sprinkle some contribution. Maybe I'll sprinkle contribution in my life where women act the way they act. But again, they didn't just pop up like that. Women are doing more criminal acts and doing more shit because of the man. It's not because of the woman. Now, yes, they are encouraged by other women, but when you start going down the line and you start finding out, where they got that from, it's usually men. So when we, doing all this stuff about pointing, and then I heard yesterday. Hold on, one last thing. ABC did a show yesterday, and he said something about being feminized. That they feminized. You are a coward and a pussy if you getting feminized by a woman. Let me make that clear. If you are not, that means that you are a weak motherfucker. I'm talking about this is in general for men that are saying, "Oh, they feminine." You sound like right there when you say that. So pick up your pants. I'm just saying. Thank you, Gary. Good show, brother. That's the closeout.
I don't mind the cussing, and I never set straight boundaries. I might have to. Guys, we're on live air now. We gotta really cut back on the language as possible. As you know, I don't really cuss much when I do these.
Oh, my fault. I was just generalizing.
I would appreciate. Yeah, I'll do the same if possible.
No problem, brother. Like I said, it was just. and again, this is.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry. I don't make an emphasis, but I might start doing now. Just
I got you.
You know, because I want people to be able to listen, and when we start going very vulgar on live air, it just.
Yeah, but again, it's not to offend. I just want to be clear, since because this is adults, so we're talking adults. I don't want to offend nobody. If anybody got offended, my fault. Because again, Gary's not trying to run that type of wild show. So I just want to be clear, but. These are things that
And somebody else raised their hand, about. So that's why I want to move forward.
Go ahead, brother. So just food for thought. That's all. Good show, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Sankofa, there? Sankofa? Hello? Oh shit, he's muted. Okay. You there, Sankofa?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, it's a few things. I have to give you some pushback. I do agree with some of the stuff that you said. When we talking about men soliciting women, to commit crimes or set a guy up, yeah, that happens for the majority of the time. But I'm talking about the times where, a woman that wants to get rid of her husband for insurance policies. Those are the ones. Nobody's soliciting her to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about, women taking accountability. Yes, they may see a man do some things, and if they want to do it, that's their choice. But they have to take accountability. We cannot put. See, this is the thing. See, the way JNYC was speaking, it's like we have been bred not to make women take accountability for their actions. Like women say, well, stop blaming the white man. For our troubles or what we doing. A black woman, like say for instance, let's talk about the crack epidemic. A black woman, I can be like, man, we ain't getting nothing, man. Look at the crack epidemic. They like, well, nobody made you smoke it. You know what I'm saying? So how can we say that when a woman commits a crime, it's the man's fault? That's what I'm saying. That's why women, and that just proves my point about this women being perfect. They get slapped on the wrist for crimes that they do that men do. You know what I'm saying? So what he basically saying that's why this conversation was very important. You know what I'm saying? They're perfect no matter what, And women do need us because, like I said, if all the men left the United States of America, took all their technology and stuff like that, women will not survive. They wouldn't survive long. Like I said, they need to do a show where women can just go out. I think they already did Survivor, and those women were just breaking down already the first day. Come on, man. Women cannot survive without us. They need us just as much as we need them. We need them for procreation, but like I said, men, we are bred for work. You know what I'm saying? We are built for work. You know what I'm saying? Hard labor stuff. Women are not. Women are built for nurturing, giving birth and stuff like that. That's the hardest thing a woman got to do. That's the only thing she got to do pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And raise the kids. But we have to basically build things. You know what I'm saying? Build a shelter for the woman and child. You know what I'm saying? We have to build cars so we can transport the woman and child appointments and stuff like that. We have to hunt down food to feed the woman and child. But if they do something that we do, and I'm gonna say this: the only reason why I said that it is our fault is because we have simps like Steve Harvey telling women they don't need to do anything. Derek Jackson, we have simps like them that's telling women that they are perfect. The only thing that they have to bring to the table is another you. Come on, man. That's what I was talking about. I got love for you, JNYC, but I got to push back on some of that stuff. Some of that stuff is true, what you were saying about men soliciting women to do that, but what about the unsolicited times they done set men up? That was by them. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to hold our women accountable. And I think women have been taught ever since they were little girls that they don't need to be accountable for anything. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak generally so much, but anecdotally, yeah. Because I remember one time my cousin, she threw a baseball through the window, and I got whooping for it. She didn't get a whooping. No matter, I said, man, no, she did it. April did it. I didn't do it, and I got the whooping still. Nothing happened to her, and she the one broke the window. Or we do something, you know what I'm saying? You know, it just like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, Gary, because I think that kind of like derailed me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I like that's a prime example of men telling women that they don't need to be accountable for anything, no matter what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like when that woman shot that man here in Dallas, you know, the police officer. They only gave her like what 10 years, and she's getting out in 5, or she might be already out. I don't know. But yeah, but let me shoot somebody on a job, and I said, oops, my bad. Oh no, I'm getting 30 years. So you know that's what I'm talking about. Gary, you there? Yo, Chaos.
Where you at, Gary? Well, look, while Gary's coming back, again, women are not perfect. Women are not, innocent and everything. But I would say that a lot of the behaviors, the bad behaviors, would stem from us. And that's you could talk to the roots of where everything is coming from. So yes, you're gonna take responsibility because we talk about it all the time. You take responsibility even if you were raised this way, you went through this, because they're gonna have to be held accountable. But if you start talking to that person and say, where did you learn this behavior from? Where did this come from? Just trace the roots of all this. That's all I'm saying. And you'd be surprised where a lot of it comes.
Now. Right. So, but see now, you know, the mothers, the black community is being raised by the matriarchy. So women are actually getting our women. Let's talk about our women. Our women are getting worse because now there's no fathers in the home to actually kind of like restore order in the household. So most of, I would say about 75 to 80% of black women are single mothers living in hoods and stuff like this. So like you got rappers like Gorilla and stuff like that. She grew up in the hood. She ain't got no father. I would guarantee she had a father in the household.
Who is she learning this ghetto, the ghetto behavior? Because I mean, when you go into the streets, it's not in every corner posted up as females selling drugs, holding guns. Let's be for real on that. So when you talk about the hood, she might be learning from other women. Gary.
Go ahead, Gary.
Because I don't know, my internet's acting. I hate this. Let me open next caller. All right, caller, you there? Who's this?
God bless. How y'all making out?
What?
God bless. How y'all making out?
Okay. What do you have?
Y'all all right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What do you have on the subject?
Well, first I was asking, and of course, God bless everything. How y'all making out? Everyone all right?
Yes. Do you have anything on the subject, sir?
Well, yeah, I was going to get to that, family, but how we doing to me is always first and foremost. All right. Because we got to remember, you know, that's one thing they try to strip from us, our humanity. And the way they get to us is they dissolve our camaraderie. Once we got camaraderie and humanity back, we ain't got to worry about our enemy no more. They'll be over. But I was going to ask real quick. I'm sorry I'm calling late. I just called in maybe about 15 minutes ago. So I catch the whole conversation. Like, thanks for putting on the show. In regards to what Brother Jay was saying, what's up, Brother Jay? You know I miss you. But at the same time, I don't disagree with it. We got to hold ourselves accountable. But like you said, trace the roots. This all comes back to what's been done to us by the people that have to do it to us. The enemies who right now are raping everything we got in order to maintain their life and keep us disheveled so that we can't form an organized front and defeat them. You know what I mean? So the male-female interactions is going to be based on something completely foreign to healthy. So, and that was designed to be that way. So whereas we can take accountability and say, all right, we shouldn't fall to the standard where we do this to each other, we should also take into account it's something being done to us collectively. I don't like blaming the victims. For example, if we know that we got enemies outside driving on the road, hitting us on the sidewalk, if somebody go for a walk, you can't blame them when they get hit. You blame the enemy that hit them. Now, if they limping, what you going to scorn them for? They ain't do it to themselves. They ain't say, hey, enemy hit me. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just it's a matter of clarity and fairness and accuracy. Because how you going to hit your target unless you identify? If we shooting at each other, how are we going to shoot our enemy? This is kind of, I just look at it that way. I ain't saying right or wrong. I just volunteer that. Also, I would ask, can we add any empresses, any women to come on the line and give their side of the story? Because we as men can't talk about being women, but they can. Same way they can't talk about being men. You know what I mean? But I think we bear, not to say this hasn't happened, I think it bear well if we remember that our people aligned to keep us messed up so that we stay messed up. And the more we target each other, the more they get away with it. Once we identify, actualize, and target them, then we can hit them. That's, of course, if we're out to do the right thing, which is win. See, it's a shame, but I see us as black people. We're always looking to get along. We ain't looking to win. Our enemies are looking to win. They ain't worried about getting along. So I think we should get more on the let's kick their ass side. And in order to do that, you got to identify which ass need to be kicked.
Yeah, I agree.
Like having a bully on the block.
Yeah, so.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would say, yeah, you said a lot there. You know, it does stem back from the separations. You know, it took 400 years of mental separation from the black man and black woman. And because they knew, our oppressors knew that we were stronger, black men and black women together. We were stronger together. And now we're weaker now that we're apart. You know what I'm saying? And it's causing a divide. And that's why women like Ebony Williams was able to say that on a show that was basically owned by a black man with Byron Allen. Yeah. So if it was me, if me and Chaos and you was talking about what we talking about on a female on a black woman show, man, all of us have been fired. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why Byron Allen ain't did nothing because she's perfect. Oh, she's so sweet for saying. Yeah, he's simping. But let us get on the panel. Let us go to a show where we work for a black woman and say the same thing. All of us gonna get fired, and they might pay us $7.20 minimum wage on the last check. Come on, y'all, let's be for real. And I'm going on mute.
All right, let me see if anybody else raised their hand. I really want to continue on. Anything else, sir? I forgot your name. What's your name?
God bless everyone, and call me God bless. Right. Give thanks. You over in the UK, brethren? Is that where you at? If you don't mind me asking.
No.
No, that means you don't mind me asking.
I'm here.
No, you're not in the UK.
No, I'm not.
You're here in the United States. Okay, I thought you might have been in the UK. I was going to ask your take on the Dog and Poppy show that they ran yesterday with the dude Charles.
Who's those? Who that?
The Dog and Poppy show with Charles. The dude that got quote unquote coordinated yesterday.
Okay.
In the UK. You know what I'm talking about? They used to call him Prince Charles. Now they call him King Charles.
Okay, King Charles. No, because I only focus here where we at in America. I don't really focus too much people outside America. UK, I hear about other content creators that have been buzzing that other content creators covered over here in the West. But in regards to everybody in the UK, I'm not familiar. I never traveled to the UK.
Yeah. No worries. The reason I ask is that does play a role in what we go through, not just in the UK, but globally in the diaspora and here in the United States too. Because, you know, the UK had an empire, quote unquote, where they said the sun never set, and this used to be part of it. It still is part of it in a lot of ways. So, you know, I thought you might, just from your accent, I thought you might have been in the UK. You could give us that and live feed side on our brothers and sisters is responding to that, and the idea of the monarchy and what them thieves and robbers and vampires owe us that they stole from us, and how we going to make sure we get it back.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you. Sankofa.
Yeah, brother, I'm here, man.
Okay. I'm trying to think of say okay. Move forward in regards to modern women and the perfection piece. I'm not sure if you experience the women that you date. I haven't really done much dating. I need to do some dating again. That isn't it like usually when out there in the field that a woman expects everything and nothing in return in a lot of aspects, like they have to really work hard, in regards to they trying to start or try and gain or begin what we call a relationship. That's my kind of question, or point of.
Well, women got the dating game on easy mode. It's easier for women to just go and get a man. You know what I'm saying? Because men we're not, like I said last week, we're 90% visual and 10% everything else, emotional support and all this other stuff. Yeah. So women don't go into dating. They don't go into dating expecting nothing. They go in the dating expecting all of it. You can check off all the boxes, Chaos, and that woman's still going to say there's something missing because she wants this perfect man because she feels she's perfect. But if she actually gets the good man, that'll be bad for her, and I'm going to tell you why women do not like the good guys, because it puts so much pressure on them for being a good woman when she knows she's not. But if the dude is a Tupac or a Chris Brown or whatever, he's kind of a bad boy, right? So it takes the pressure off of her for being a good woman because she's with a no good dude. You know what I'm saying? And women nowadays look down on blue collar men because blue collar men like myself, I'm in law enforcement, I'm a blue collar guy, $65K a year. I'm putting business out there. Yeah, I'm broke, I guess, to most modern women. You can call up here and call me broke, whatever. But you would pass me up or somebody like Chaos up or anybody that's blue collar because you feel like you perfect and you deserve a perfect life. Because I don't know if I said this last week, but I told my daughter she was perfect. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago. Now I'm telling my daughter the real stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I told my daughter, I said, men now are going to be expecting more from you than you're going to be expecting them. And what we expect from women, it doesn't cost them anything. You know what I'm saying? It's the attitude. You know what I'm saying? Being cooperative, agreeable, submissive, you know what I'm saying, inspirational and stuff like that. But what women ask for us is basically finances, and they want a life of leisure and luxury. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm that's my point.
Actually, I'm trying to find this video. I'm looking for it now. Hold on a second. And there's a video of a woman that said that she kind of broke off the engagement or a proposed marriage to a man because you heard about this video?
Yeah, I heard about this video. That's why I was alluding to that video. Yeah, I was alluding to that video where she said that it was something missing. She even said that he checked off all the boxes. He was perfect in everything, but it was still something missing. It was something wrong. And she couldn't find it, but now she regrets it. I'm saying, look, this is the problem with modern women. They don't realize what they got until it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, now they're like, dang, he got married. Shit. It's the same thing with my ex. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the same thing with my ex during the COVID-19 thing. When she realized that I lost everything, and it was more post-COVID. When she realized I didn't lose my apartment and all this other stuff, that's when she came running back, playing the victim. Talking about she missed me. All this other stuff. I said, step back a little bit. You got something on your shoe. So she did that, boom, slammed the door. So, and I was proud of myself because I let that woman run me ragged for so long. I was hospitalized, high blood pressure, all that stuff, because I was trying to make ends meet so she can have the life she wanted. You know what I'm saying? Paying her car notes sometimes, She made more money than me, And, so now she regrets it. I told her that she can never call me no more. I blocked and deleted her. See, men, we got to have the power to walk away from these women. And we are looking at these women because they're beautiful and so beautiful and fine to where we feel like we can't do no better. That's the issue. That's why we're thinking they're perfect because of their looks. That's why women have been told that they're perfect, but nobody talks about their inside, how they can benefit a man from the internal perspective of their beauty instead of the external perspective of the beauty. Because women, like Steve Harvey said, all she gotta do is bring her vagina to the table. That's it. But nobody talks about the woman's inside, you know, outside, you know, that sexual part. But yeah, go ahead, man.
The strange thing about it, right? I mentioned that, and it lets me think when a woman doesn't really want to go and go through, you know, right? They said a man matches all the requirements, whatever the hell that means. It tells me that she is back and she wants to go back on the. Well, let me see if I can find my nice little sound bite. I have to play this. She wants to be back on the. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This is where she wants to end up. I'm not sure if anybody heard that, but yeah. That's where she went to end up. Back on the carousel. Yeah. And knowing this, I don't blame her. Can't get mad, personally. But if a man meets all your requirements and you still want to be for the streets, or you've been not in the streets, but you already got a man on the side, because let's be honest, guys. Every woman always got that one dude that they're screwing on the low, because you're not really paying attention, you know, to certain things, you know. I heard one game coach that, you know, I'm not gonna name his name. I ain't gonna mention his name, but my thing is this: that how on the same woman that he said that it's a man's fault because the guy said he's not really picking up on the flags, the red flags immediately. And I'm thinking, well, no matter how much your intuition is there. Wait, you still there, Sankofa? Make sure you're still there. I don't want to make sure I'm talking to myself. Hello. You mute yourself?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Yeah, I'm here. I had myself on mute.
All right, good. Just want to make sure. Good.
Yeah.
That's tight. That the same dating coach dude said that, you know, this guy's not peeping game. You know, he's not catching on to the red flags, and that he is not paying attention to all the signs or whatever. And the lady that was going back and forth with the dating coach, Tom, said, no matter how much signs you're picking, you know, you're never going to know because people are chameleons. People always in time, because time is your best friend, going to reveal themselves eventually, you know. And personally, you know, let's be fair and honest. If you're a man that's doing what you should be doing, and she has not given you much problem up to the time when it's time to put the ring on it, it tells you she was not that woman ready to, you know, settle down. And normally if she's not in the state mentally settle down, you know the deal. You give her the boot. Oh, actually, better yet, you know, maybe you could give her a couple more.
Yeah, we sweep a lot. And we sweep a lot of things.
Actually, you give her some more clap in the cheeks, then give her a boot. Wait a minute, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we sweep a lot of things under the rug because of their beauty. And I think that's where they talk about that's where the women are perfect at, because they might look soft and speak soft and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, men see the red flags, but we just sweep it under the rug. And it goes the same for women, too, because a dude might be a Pookie and Ray Ray. And, see, I blame the Chads and Tyrones. I can't blame them because they're just playing the game, you know what I'm saying? They know the game, you know what I'm saying? And when it doesn't work out with the Chads and Tyrone, now they're looking for Russell Wilson, you know what I'm saying? But they don't even respect the Russell Wilson. And like we said last week, look at Sierra and Russell Wilson. She don't respect that, man. You know what I'm saying? I think what women want, they want a Russell Wilson / Trey Songz and a Future all wrapped up in one with a college degree. That's what they want. So.
Oh, I see Mo in the building. Mo, call in, girl. You say you're in a relationship now. Call in, and let's hear this glory and wonderful life of Monica Lamb. Call in, Mo. I would like to have the conversation, Mo. It's been a while, you know. I think this conversation will suit you, sweetie, if you're listening. I know you're in the chat room still listening. And she said, blame it in religion. Yeah. Blame it in religion. Interesting. She said, why would we do stuff to y'all and you call us gold diggers? You know, I got to get away from this notion about gold digging. Where does people get this mentality of gold digging? Motherfucker Americans don't got. I mean, people don't got no gold nowadays. Let's keep it real. We don't got no bars of gold to be grabbing or securing. And now we going right now digital. So I'm not sure how long gold's gonna really last. Personally, I heard, if you collect it, it's made worth value. But let's say systems start to now decide that we don't take nothing physical no more. Then what? And there's one thing that they never talked about this, and I might have to do a content about the banking.
Hey, what was that question, Gary?
Oh no, there was not a question. Somebody wrote something in the chat room saying,
Oh, okay.
when we do, y'all call us the gold diggers. And listen. To the dudes that keep reiterating this gold digger, I don't know why ladies keep taking that to heart about when we do that, we're gold diggers. Baby, no one got gold up in here. Jeez. Nothing? Okay. Yeah, call it, Mo. I want to hear from you. It's good to hear from a lady's voice and perspective. And it's been a while anyway. Call it. You haven't done no shows in a while. So call in, Mo. Mo, come into the office ASAP now. Anyway. So, it's her loss. I mean, I think she's on the carousel. And obviously, you do every possible, and if she does not take it, you just give her some more cheese clap, and then you send her off her merry way and find someone that will.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, some men are afraid to lose them, and that's why.
No. That's hogwash. Because let me tell you something. When I cut off, I cut off. I might have some doubts after a while, but overall, in the long run, I have to feel comfortable in the decision I make. Personally.
Yeah. I was speaking on the men that are like the simps and stuff out there that don't know their worth. They are afraid to walk away. You know what I'm saying? And I said, we as men gotta be strong enough to walk away.
For the simps, they got their wallet and their obsolescence. They stay where they're at. And these women are gonna give them the business. They're gonna make them feel more inadequate, which they already are, right? And that's it. I have no feelings, no sorry to the simps, bro. And we all know simping goes such a long way in a lot of sectors on the digital space that, you simps are keeping the persona going for a lot of these ladies, And I remember one time, one chick on TikTok that I follow on TikTok, how she uploaded a video of her on a date with a dude, and she called this dude a simp and laughing out loud. Look how the disrespect they view a few of these brothers. When you have some chick that's in their mid or actually approaching late 20s up here putting out a video on a date calling this dude a simp.
Yep, that's just like the lady, the girl from New Orleans, basically put it on TikTok when this guy was trying to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "What you do for a living? Or this little job and all this other stuff." I don't know why women do that. See, that's what I'm saying. They do it for attention. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my deal breakers. Like when I'm dating, I ask the woman, I say, "Are you comfortable with yourself? Do you need attention and all the times?" And if they say, "Yeah," well, actually, I ain't even really got. I just look at their Facebook. Just look at their social media, y'all. Ask for her social media. Hey, look at their social media, and then you see what kind of pictures she posts. Then that'll be the red flag right there. That'll be the red flag you need. But no, dudes want to just smash. And that's what I'm saying. We got to be selective in who we smash, man. You know what I'm saying? And me being a 38-year-old man, I've learned to think with my big head instead of the little one, And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll never date an Instagram model. I'll never date a woman that just constantly on social media posting pictures of this and that, posting pictures of food that she cooked and shit. Like, who cares? Like, and it's like they seek likes. You don't see men mostly on social media like that. Mm-hmm. Women are mainly on social media more than we are because they need that attention. And I can't be with a woman that wants to seek outside of me. You know what I'm saying? The way they dress. I'm at work right now, and I'm seeing these women with these dudes. And these women got high shorts on. I'm like, either she just a side piece, or she's for that's his real girl, or she just for the streets. I don't know, man.
I don't know either, man. I look at it that a lot of these I can say it. A lot of dudes nowadays, there never was emphasized about worth or self-worth, personally. Because their parents failed them. Their mothers failed them. They prepare their sons to be son husbands, so they're not really adequate for no woman. Let's keep it real. Let's have that conversation. And if they do go out in the world, they're just ill prepared, unfortunately, you know. And the fun thing, because I want to mention, go ahead, speak as I'm doing something.
No, I want to say, and I blame it on the women in our generation, G, because they're supposed to be teaching their daughters how to be women and stuff like that. But see, this is the thing. Me and you, JNYC, and other brothers on here, we can go teach a young man game because we see ourselves in those young men. But grown women see themselves as the young girls because they still want to be young. They still want to wear a high short. Like a woman came in yesterday, booty shorts on, and she in her 50s. That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't it's like I don't know who's a good woman, who's not no more. Because we see ourselves in the young boys that we basically trying to coach. Grown women, older women see themselves as little girls. So I blame the women our age, man, our generation. What we millennials now, yeah. I blame Gen X and millennials. They telling their daughters to do this shit. But men somehow get blamed because we're the problem because they say we're over-sexualizing them. Well, who's making you do twerk videos? Who's putting a gun up in your head, bitch, you better do a twerk video, I want to see your ass. No, men ain't telling women to do that. Women are doing it, they be wearing these body suits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we're over-sexualizing them, right? Women over-sexualize themselves. We get with a woman and she be like, well, I want to get a BBL. So I'd be like, why? Well, you like women like that? I said, listen, darling, who I would sleep with and who I would marry is two different things. I probably would sleep with a woman with a BBL, which I personally don't like that. It looks fake. Because silicone parts are made for toys, okay? So, but what men will sleep with and what men will marry is two different things. So if you get a BBL, then I'm going to thank you for the streets because you're not getting it from me. So you're not getting it from me. So I don't know why you're getting a BBL thinking that that's something I want. No. So, and I'm gonna go and let you speak on,
All right, for those that's listening in, welcome to the Casper Show. Like always, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment during this and the end of this live stream. I see another caller. Let me see who this is. All right, caller, who's this?
Yeah, this is JNYC again. I just wanted to throw this question out there for the women that's doing the twerk videos, right? And this could be for the brother and for the ladies that if they're listening and want to call in, is who are these women doing the twerk videos for? Are they doing them for women? Or are they doing it for men? And why? I want to go to the root of all this. Why is it in the first place they even doing twerk videos? Why is it that pornography it sells? And who's behind pornography? Who's behind all these nudist magazines? And again, fast forward. Who is behind or responsible or enticing, encouraging these women to do twerk videos and why? For what? That's a question I got in general. Anybody can answer. Please.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Well, of course, the European, because I don't know any black person who started the corn industry, you know what I'm saying, or this stuff. We already know it was a European that started Playboy and all this other stuff. So yes, that sector of men is responsible for the corn and the Playboys and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We just basically, as black people, kind of adopted that in the mid-'80s, late 70s, early 80s. You know what I'm saying? That was not our industry. So, but I can't answer the question when it comes to why women are doing. I know why they're doing it from an outward perspective, because I don't respect any woman that's a mattress actress. Okay, if you're a mattress actress, please don't come my way, because I will not come your way. I had one that tried to date me off of a BLK app. When she told me that she was a mattress actress, nope. Block, delete. So, but yeah, they do it for validation, and they do it to see how many simps they can basically, that's just like crack to them. Tension like that's why they twerk. Like, I don't know if anybody seen that TikTok video where this little thick little chick, she like a little slim thick. She said, "What would you do if you saw me when you came home and saw me in your room?" I said, "I'll shoot your ass."
Oh wow.
I was like, "I'll shoot you. I don't care how fine you are. What? I'm gonna think you're an intruder. I'm gonna bust a hole in you." Talking about if I saw you, come on, man. And why? See, and they doing it for attention. Then get mad. They want to call you gay because you're not basically simping, you know. And I got to commend the brother. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Listen.
Yeah, so I commend one brother that it was only 2 brothers out of 5,000 and some brothers that actually said something about this woman. She a trip. Like nobody, you know what I'm saying, you know, man, you should just seen the level of sympathy in that goddamn that thread. She got 5,000 likes. I bet that made her twat red. But for the 2, but she got on me and this other guy. So my y'all must be gay. Y'all must, they want to use shaming tactics when you're not agreeing with their behavior. And women always say, "Oh, you're bashing black women." I say, am I bashing a black woman herself, or am I bashing the behavior and the mindset? Because there's a difference. We don't on TRS, we do not come on here bashing anybody, especially black women. We don't bash y'all, but we are addressing y'all behavior and what we are seeing that y'all are not seeing or that y'all refuse to see. Y'all don't see what we're talking about because y'all think y'all perfect. That's why this title was created, because y'all think y'all perfect regardless of what we say. Y'all listen to respond, and y'all don't listen to absorb any information. But when it comes to the school and getting your degrees, you already listening and absorbing information. But when it comes to the man that looks like you, that want to love you and protect you, we ain't got no, like what we saying, we're insecure, we're gay, we're all this other stuff. Shame, insult, guilt, that needs to be right. And I yield my mic.
All right. Okay, Jay. And Sankofa. I'm reading the chat room here. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like it's, surprised I got more interaction on this chat side of things today. Surprising. But anyway, make sure you guys follow me on Rumble. Perfection. The first thing that comes to mind is divinity. Like God is perfected. I think Jesus Christ is second in perfection, last time I check. So when people use the word perfection, or they use it in loose words like they're 10, I say not everybody is a goddamn 10. If you're a woman of any hue and you're big as a whale and you don't have nothing natural about you, you cannot be considered 10. I'm not sure why people, when they go under the knife or go through procedures, now they bump their look status to heighten. I mean, you actually lose the points when you have to go artificial. How can I say this? Because if you think about it, once you start manipulating yourself, your facial structure, your body, putting implants and all that stuff, you actually fool your future offsprings. I remember there was like a crazy little anime video of a non-black person going through cosmetic surgery, and the minute she got married and has a kid, the kid looks ugly as hell. So you could probably fool the outer, but you can't fool the inner at the end of the day. So that will come back to bite you when you go through those meetings. I remember one time they said one they called Miss King, Melanie. She went through under the knife to get her face structured a little bit. And I'm thinking, if you had to go through the knife to do it, and she's not fat, but to do all that in your face, you already at a point where your self-hating is at all-time high. And you're not really respected, personally. But anywho, what else we could talk about? Psycho, the floor is yours because I don't have nothing else on it. Wait, I have a caller. All right, caller, who's this?
Yeah, give thanks. I wanted to ask pretty quickly. I don't know. I'm sorry if this was addressed earlier, because I said I called in late. But are y'all talking about men and women? Once again?
Go ahead. We're listening. We are listening.
Are y'all talking about men and women, or are you talking about male and females? Because I think it'd be healthy and intelligent to make the distinction.
Sankofa?
Me? No. I'm asking if y'all talk about men and women, or y'all talking about male and females.
I'll be back up. So what now?
I was going to ask, and I apologize if this was addressed earlier. As I mentioned, I called in late. Are y'all talking about men and women?
My call kind of dropped.
Are y'all talking about men and women, or are y'all talking about males and females? Because I think it'd be healthy and intelligent to make the distinction.
I think that we are probably talking about males and females because men. And I know where you're going with this, JNYC, right?
No, this is jobless.
Jobless, okay. So men and women understand, you know what I'm saying, the consequence of their actions, whether they're right or wrong, good or bad. The males and females, they just live in life recklessly, in my opinion. And I'm going to go on mute.
And the reason I bring that up is it ties into what I was saying earlier. It's like being in a room full of mirrors and thinking you're in reality when you're not. It's just a bunch of imagery. So I would volunteer that we realize we as a people in general are dealing with an immaturity that pervades amongst all of us, you know. And there are those of us, thankfully, who triumphed over it, and I think they will qualify as men and women. But to look at those who haven't and turn them as men and women, you know what I mean, I think may be destructive to getting the goal, which is the healthy behavior, as opposed to just identifying, you know what I mean? It's like expecting a child to behave like an adult. And then when that child doesn't, scorning that child. You know, it's like, no, the child has to be taught and given the time to mature, to behave like an adult. I mean, there are children who unfortunately have adulthood thrust on them based on their circumstances of life. But even then, they're not an adult, even though they have to deal with adult things. So I just wanted to volunteer that, because I would say that the goal is the healing and the catharsis that can bring the intelligence, that can bring the upliftment. And I just want to make sure people don't get trapped on the blame game, which I hear a lot going on. But if we do want to blame anybody, let's blame the people that put us in this position to behave like this, and not each other for behaving like this. Not to say we don't hold ourselves accountable, but it's like blaming a person for having cancer as opposed to attacking the cancer and getting them healed. You know what I mean? Beating them up because they got cancer. That ain't doing nothing for them. If anything, you might be making them in the situation worse. But if we can get them the right healing to heal them of the cancer, then you got a healthy individual. You know, if what I'm saying has some merit, give y'all the glory. But I just volunteer that because I don't hear that voice in the conversation. I just hear a lot of targeting. But if you want to target somebody, let's target the reason we're in this situation, as opposed to each other for being in the situation.
All right, bless. All right, bless. Oh, my volume's good. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I gotta switch over again. That sound good? I guess that sound good. Sankofa?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Anything to refute what the man just said? Cause I think he made some good points. I mean, I guess not.
I would say I concur. I concur with that. Yeah, because you know, like I said earlier, he pretty much because he's saying let's blame the people that put us in this situation. I agree, but you know, when you have people that want to say, oh, we're all the same, blah blah blah. No, we're not the same. You know what I'm saying? Because if we were the same, we wouldn't have went through what we went through as melanated people.
Mm-hmm.
But we're supposed to just, as black men, supposed to just accept it. And I heard Becky called into Ayana's show. I seen this today. I don't know if anybody else saw it when she was when it was showing where she called in. She was like, "Well, why
Ayana?
black women?"
Which Ayana are you talking about? Ayana who? Who that?
Ayana Van Zant, Dr.
Okay.
Van Zant. Yeah. So Becky called and she said, "Why are this is a white woman?" She said, "Why are black women supposed to accept the bare minimum and not, expect greatness?" But nobody says that about us, because we're supposed to just accept just whatever, like accept me as you are, fat, whatever, fat, aggressive, uncooperative. You're supposed to accept me as you are, but we're supposed to accept you, but you can't accept us. Why is there a fat acceptance, or a fat acceptance, body positivity, but there's no such thing as a broke acceptance or being a blue collar man acceptance? That's the thing. And society, the powers that be has created that narrative in order to keep us divided, because it makes us look at each other as somebody that's not accepted. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for us to accept each other because everybody's looking for perfection. Flawless people, good looking, good job, and all this other stuff. Because back in the day, and I know you and the brothers on here can agree, all the criteria for being a man and being with a woman is just having a job. Being blue collar, and things were a lot harder back then. But now look at us now. Things are even harder, like inflation and stuff like that. Men aren't making enough. We're still making more than women, whether women want to believe this or not, because that wage gap thing has been debunked. But at the same time, women are the biggest consumers than us. Mm-hmm. So if we're considered broke, blue collar men are considered broke because they feel like that blue collar man cannot provide a home and provide a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But this same woman that said that she's a 10 and she look like Shamu, you know what I'm saying? And we just got to accept it. Accept me as I am. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love me, then you're fat phobic. I said, well, if you don't love me, you're broke phobic. But we can't say that, though, And I yield my mic. And like I said, I agree with the brother, man. And like I said, I concur. I'm just basically picking back off of what he was saying. It is the powers that be. And they just sit down laughing. Oh, we got them against each other. It still work after 450 years. It's still working. And too bad most of our people aren't seeing that. Because we stuck in the religion they gave us. And we're stuck in the mindset, a divide and conquer mindset that they have instilled in us. Because it took programming to do that, 400 years. So, okay. I yield my mic.
All right, let me open the line for another caller. Next caller, what's up?
Yeah, I'm back, man. So good conversation. I'm back. Listen, so I want to go back to what he has said in regards to whether it's fat shaming or acceptance of fat women or heavy-set women or larger women, or what we consider over the average weight, right? For one, there have been men and us men a lot of times, not everybody, but a lot of us, okay, because we're talking with men, that we can speak on that. A lot of us men, man, we don't have standards on what kind of woman we sleep with, so you have that aspect, right? That's one. And then so it's two things going on, right? When you say fat or she looks like Shamu, well, she might look like that to you, but there are some men out there, again, that find that woman attractive for whatever reason. Again, not saying he shouldn't or should. I'm saying in his eyes, whether he looks at her as beautiful or doesn't care, he wants to sleep with her because he wants to get his rocks off. The point is that men have contributed to this. So when you talk about this woman that she says that she should be looked at, you have to accept her, is because men have accepted her. Now, you might not accept it, and that's also okay, because you are not set to a contract in a sense of before you even get into, let's say, a marriage, I'm saying. But you're not obligated to date anybody you don't want to date for whatever reasons or standards you have, and vice versa. So she can have her standards to say, you know what, the man is with me, he have to accept me like this. You know why? Because men have put a standard out there where she now is like, yeah, I should be respected, because there have been guys that respected me and that have looked at me as attractive and has treated me just like any other woman. So it stems to, again, the standard that they have is just like a woman says, well, you know what? I've raised my standards to a guy that, you know, he has to be this way, that way. You know, he got to have a job. He has to, you know, hold doors. Why? Because she's been shown that by a man. So she put a standard.
And you're right, because Charleston White even said a man would stick his penis in a damn gas can. You know what I'm saying? So there is no standard. So you 100% correct. Go ahead, bro.
Right. So you know, in a sense, or you want to say that, again, we have everything or 50% to do with the mindset. Again, and again, you're not obligated. You don't have to accept her. The only thing you have to do or should do is respect the person as you respect any other person. It doesn't mean that you have to get in a relationship with them. You're not standing. So any woman that tells me, oh, this is the way we're going to be, or you have to, I'm not, first of all, I'm not even, if I got to be dealing with you for you to tell me a standard, you know, I mean, and I can accept it or not accept it. I can say, you know what, she got her standards is not where I'm at. I'm not going for that. Vice versa. She has her way and say, you know what, and you can tell her, look, this is the way it is with me. But you know what the beautiful thing of this is? I mean, it's crazy. It sounds, I know, with all these relationships and everything, but there is always somebody for somebody. So just like you're looking for that woman to be the way you have a picture, it might not be 100%, but you have a woman out there that's 90% what you're looking for, and vice versa. So the woman that's looking for this so-called perfect man ain't going to be perfect, but there is a man out there that fits what she wants. The thing is, in this big world that we live in, or it could be small at times, but there's a lot of people. So life is a mission. Life is a journey, and that's why people date. That's why, people are doing all type of dating apps and, looking for standards, and people, why they go online? Well, online, you have to put a profile, whether it's fake or not. But the point is that they already can get an idea of what this person is or claims to be and what they're looking for. And then that says, okay, checklist, I'll message that person. Okay, they fit more to my liking. So I think it's just, again, as
I would say, Jay, believe it or not, me as a decent-looking man, I'm a 5 or whatever, I'm an average-looking guy, but I swipe 90% of the time on women that are like super fine. Like, but see, it's not because they're fine. It's because how they take the picture. If they have their butt, they take a picture in booty shorts or some like their like lingerie or whatever, I swipe left. You know what I'm saying? I want to go. I'd rather be with somebody that's just as average as me. I'm okay with a pretty plain Jane. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're not talking about me in general, but I'm just letting the audience know, like, there are guys like me that just rather have a regular looking woman. You know what I'm saying? She's beautiful inside and out, because we care more about if she's a cooperative, agreeable, submissive, and stuff like that. See, women that think too highly of themselves, they think they the bomb and boss chicks. Nah, leave them alone. Leave them alone,
right.
Man.
No, well, I say that there's women, that the type of woman you're looking for is out there. It's just, again, you're not going to find her on that app. You're not going to find, because you said, first of all, you're not looking for that type of a relationship or looking for a woman in that interest. So that shows you also, like, well, it's going to be a little bit much more of if you say mission or just some more work. Just because I could just easily go on Instagram or whatever and find these women that they more out there, or showing themselves, or they're looking for different type of dude. But again, to tell you, these women that are doing these pictures, the reason why Instagram or all these sites, that site that fans, whatever, OnlyFans. It's because we have fueled it. First of all, if you look at the owner of OnlyFans, it's probably a man that started that website. Number two is...
Yes, a white man, yeah.
Right, and again, who is fueling the money to come in there? Why is OnlyFans surviving? Oh yeah, there's women putting this stuff, showing more. There's a subscription. Who's subscribing? It ain't women subscribing to women. There might be a portion that are, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what is the majority of this fueling. And when we go to OnlyFans, if you talk about all these women are on there, why? It's not for their health. It's not because it's, they just like it. It's because there's men that are requesting it and they're paying. So there we go. We have to look at the general. And yes, you could go back and say, well, look, the way we've been programmed and the white system, yeah, you could say that. But we're dealing with now. So what are we going to do about it? Or are we just going to say, hey, it is what it is, and acknowledge that this is what the issues are, and just we move forward and accept it, or we do certain things to change the mindset of those individuals. It's like that, whether it's on one end or the other. Again, everybody's not like that. So there are the women that you're talking about, or the ones that you're looking for, or the one that you're looking for is not going to be on that platform because you just said it. You're like, I'm not looking for that type of woman. Well, the woman that's not going to be doing that, she's not going to be on the social media showing herself. And there are a portion of women that's out there still, if you want to say traditional or semi-traditional, where they're not putting themselves out there like that, for everybody to see. And again, for those that are, to each his own. I'm not knocking nobody's hustle because you are free to do what you want to do, right? But the thing is that there is a demand for it. And when there's a demand or somebody created a demand and now they feeding that demand, and you got to look at the roots of all this. That's all.
It's a good point. Yep. Yeah, because men, we don't have to select those type of women, you know what I'm saying? But we got, I would say, between 80 and 95% of men that are choosing these OnlyFans models because they just ready to be, beat off. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're doing it. I never subscribed to it, real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, man, and, I just feel like it's poison in your mind. I realized that I was not as focused when I was watching a bunch of porn and all this other stuff. I wasn't as focused, but then when I slowed down on that stuff, I became more focused, more energetic, you know what I'm saying, focused on my fitness more, health more, you know what I'm saying, when I basically went on that, semen retention, yeah. That stuff actually really works, man. So,
yeah.
But if more,
it was important to us. You said it before. We are very visual,
Yeah.
Women are more, looking in internal. We're looking in external. We're visual. We like cars. We like this. And for the most part, a lot of people are. Even women. They like nice shit too. Visually. We visual. But we have created in our minds and not again, going back to whatever route you want to go to, the main thing is that there's a starting point to this. And you could say America has created part of that too. Is the commercialism of this, material, visuals. How women, again, we're very visual men. We go a lot about the exterior versus the interior. We like the shapes. We into shapes. We like looking at women for what they look like. How they dress.
Oh, yeah, I love me a good chubby, curvy woman. I like a chubby and curvy.
There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't put all your put all your ducks in that. You got to understand that there's more to it than that. Not you, but those that are out there in that cloud that got so overwhelmed that she's so beautiful that you forgetting about how her personality is. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Women searching for that man. That she's so caught up how he looks, she finds him handsome and all this. What is going on in the interior? In a sense of not behind what's under the clothes, but, what's that brain working like?
I think women have learned to be visual, as like you said. They have learned to look at a man's exterior over his interior because the Chads and Tyrones, for example, metaphorically, the quote-unquote player or bad boy, those guys become more appealing to them because they bring excitement. Not only does he bring excitement, but he brings some kind of like an aura about him. Like, say for instance, like, let me see who's considered a bad boy. Like, Colin, whatever that boy name, they married Britney Spears. Well, Federline, I just know it's Federline. And he the only one. Dude. Yeah, the broke dude. Yeah, but he presented that bad boy image, and all them dudes that was simping at Britney's friends at the bar and everything, he the only one that didn't show her no attention. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, move out the way. She moved all them good guys that could be potentially good men for her, but Kevin Federline, that's his name. So
she went visual. She went visual.
She went visual because he had the leather jacket on. He just had his hair all kind of wild, but that was attractive to her. You know what I'm saying? And all the good-looking, clean-cut guys, she's like, I don't want that. And that's most women. They don't want the clean-cut guy until it's too late. Once they done been rode the cock carousel, Gary, soundbite, please. I guess you're not going to do it.
Well, I push back on that. I think there's a certain amount of women, because I've seen it. I've seen it with beautiful women, with guys that, and again, not to judge dudes, but, you say, oh, this guy, he's not, like, they don't look like they would be, compatible. It's like, wow, like, so you look at that and you're like, oh, and what happens? You say, well, he probably got a good job. He got his money's right, and he treats her right. He spends that money or whatever. And so that could be a facilitating aspect of it in a sense of why. But you could say that a lot of times, I've seen it, man. I've seen it all over the world where, you see these beautiful women and they're with older men that, they look like they're on their way out. You know what I'm saying? Or dudes that, that is about the money or for the most part, money. But also it has to do with treatment, because at some point a woman can have all she wants financially or materialistic. There's some women that are going to get tired of that and they want to be treated right. So then you have those women that, if you want to say, not rebounding, but had that lifestyle, dealt with the rich, lifestyle. Guess what? She's had a taste of that. Some of those guys might not been attentive to her situation, and so she's now looking for a regular guy. So that also happens. That's
okay.
all.
All right, Sankofa. Let me check what time it is. I'm probably going to call this a day. Any closing remarks? Sankofa?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate Chaos, man, for bringing me on the show, man. Let's continue to trigger the algorithm. Go against the grain. Peace and blessings to Tyrone Thompson, man. Thanks for the opportunity, man. Peace to all the TRS family. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week with another topic, another good one. So, Chaos, man, you the man. JNYC, other brother, I forgot your name, but peace and love to y'all, man, and let's keep it going.
All right, thank y'all for listening to today's stream. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the stream. Also, please leave a comment. I want to look forward to hearing from you. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, take care and good night.